What's up, YouTube? It's Joel with your stimulus check and news update as of November the 8th. Wow, we finally have passed the huge $1.2 trillion bipartisan bill. We are going to do an in-depth review of what's in it and what's not. Now, there are some things happening and changing with the other bill that's almost $2 trillion, the Build Back Better plan, that we will go over, but the huge bill did pass a procedural vote in the House, which is great. But we have Joe Manchin, who has come out and said that he is objecting to the paid family and medical leave that was added back by Nancy Pelosi into the spending bill. So now that we have passed the infrastructure bill, we're shifting all of our focus over to that new bill, which is going to be a battle between the progressive Democrats and the moderate Democrats to get this thing passed. We will also go over the senior stimulus checks that the Senior Citizens League is trying to pass, which is growing big time. And there's a petition now that has almost 75,000 names on it trying to campaign to get that passed. And now the U.S. economy has actually added around 531,000 jobs in the month of October, surging past expectations. And if you could do me a huge favor and smash that like button for me and the YouTube algorithm, it really helps the channel a lot. It costs you absolutely $0 and it makes the world a better place. And please, if anyone asks you for personal info or to contact them on WhatsApp or by text, it's fake. Please don't do it. It's not me. So wow, they actually did it. I can't believe it, but they did it. The House was able to come together to pass the $1.2 trillion bipartisan bill. Keyword, bipartisan. Remember, they could have passed this bill back in September, but they held on to it because they were afraid. If they passed it, they wouldn't get the votes needed to pass Biden's Build Back Better plan. But Nancy Pelosi called for a vote, and we actually had 6 House Democrats who voted against it. But we had 13 Republicans that voted for it. And that's how we were able to get it done. Now, there's still the huge $1.75 trillion bill that needs to be passed, but we will get to that in just a moment. So here is the bill in its entirety. Now, this is what the $1.2 trillion of your hard-earned money that you paid in taxes is going to. Number 1 is roads and bridges. This bill would provide $110 billion to repair the nation's broken down highways, bridges, and roads. So according to the White House, 173,000 miles of Americans' highways and major roads and 45,000 bridges are not in so good condition. So there is around $40 billion to repair the bridges. Now, this is the single largest dedicated bridge investment since the construction of the National Highway System. And I don't know about you, but I think we need to make sure no bridges are coming down while we are on them. Next is public transit. There's $39 billion for public transit in this legislation that would expand transportation systems. So this would improve accessibility for people with disabilities and provide dollars to states and local governments to buy zero emissions and low emission buses. The Transportation Department estimated that the current repair backlog is more than 24,000 buses, 5,000 rail cars, 200 stations, and thousands of miles of track and power systems. So our public transit system is kind of hurting right now, so this is where a big focus is for this bill. Next is passenger and freight rail. So this bill would provide $66 billion to improve the rail service's Northeast corridor, which is about 457 miles. Now, this would be the largest federal investment in passenger rail service since Amtrak was founded 50 years ago. Next, we got those wonderful electric vehicles. The bill would spend $7.5 billion for electric vehicle charging stations, which the administration says are critical to accelerating the use of electric vehicles to curb climate change. It would also provide $5 billion for the purchase of electric school buses and hybrids and reducing reliance on school buses that run on diesel fuel. Now, you let me know, are you a fan of electric or good old gasoline? I don't know, them Teslas, they're pretty nice. I actually got a pre-order in for a Cybertruck, so I'm kind of on the electric side. But next is internet access. So there are $65 billion for broadband access, which basically is high-speed internet. And this is going to improve internet services for rural areas, low-income families, and tribal communities. Now, most of the money would be made available through grants to states, but this is why they put $475 million into the Build Back Better plan for people to get free laptops, free desktops, and free tablets. Next is modernizing the electric grid. So to protect against power outages, this bill would spend $65 billion to improve the reliability of the power grid. We got to make sure the lights stay on. It would also boost carbon capture technologies and more environmentally friendly electricity sources like clean hydrogen. Next is airports. So this bill would spend $25 billion to improve runways, gates, and taxiways at airports and to improve terminals. It would also improve older air traffic control towers to make sure that no planes ain't running into each other. Next is water and wastewater. This bill would spend $55 billion on water and wastewater infrastructure. It has $15 billion to replace lead pipes and $10 billion to address water contamination from chemicals that were used in the production of Teflon and have also been used in firefighting foam, water repellent clothing, and many other items. So this wraps it up on where all those tax dollars are going to spend on infrastructure within this bill. And since Congress was actually able to pass a bipartisan bill by having the Republicans and the Democrats come together for once, you should start investing for free by getting you 2 free stocks with Webull or Robinhood that could be potentially worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars if you use my links in the description of this video. This is how you start building some wealth. It's free. Let me know which free stocks you get, but it gets you started on the path to investing and getting to financial freedom. So let me know which free stocks you get down in the comments section. So that is the huge infrastructure bill. So now that this is complete, we are moving solely onto the Build Back Better plan. This is the one that more people are focused on because it's going to put more money into Americans' pockets. We already do have some fighting happening between Joe Manchin, who's a moderate Democrat, and Bernie Sanders and AOC, who are progressive Democrats, over the Build Back Better deficit demands. So we are big time in debt as a nation at almost $29 trillion. And moderate Dems don't want to add more to the national debt. But a lot of people have had opposing opinions with Biden saying that the Build Back Better plan will cost $0, which in his context, Biden means that it won't add to the national debt, but it's still going to cost almost $2 trillion. So Biden said the Build Back Better Act would be a once-in-a-generation investment in our people. He said it would lower bills for healthcare, childcare, elder care, prescription drugs, and preschool, and middle-class families get a tax cut. This bill is also fiscally responsible, fully paid for, and doesn't raise the deficit. It does by making sure the wealthiest Americans and biggest corporations begin to pay their fair share and doesn't raise taxes a single cent on anyone making less than $400,000 per year. I look forward to signing both of these bills into law. So with that, Joe Manchin has also said that he doesn't believe paid family and medical leave don't belong in this bill and that it belongs in a separate bill that can be done in a bipartisan way. So there's still things that are going back and forth on this huge bill, but leadership says they want to pass this bill in November. So if they pass this in November, then more people could be getting money a lot faster. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments section on what's your favorite part. So next we have the Senior Citizens League, which is still pushing for a one-time $1,400 stimulus check to those on Social Security. So the league is petitioning Nancy Pelosi to add this into the Build Back Better plan. Right now, the petition has almost 75,000 signatures. Now, I have that link down in the description if you want to go to that website and add your name to the petition, just as I have. But right now, inflation is hitting everyone, especially those on a fixed income, which a lot of them are on Social Security. This is why they are pushing so hard to make sure our seniors can still get the necessities they need when it comes to their everyday lives and everyday items. So the campaign is growing. This would be a huge help to those on Social Security to make sure that they can buy what they need. So let me know if you have added your name to the petition and what you think about this in the comments section. And do you feel that it should just go to the seniors or it should go to everyone like the previous stimulus checks? So lastly, I wanted to leave you all with some good news. The United States added 531,000 jobs in October. So what does that mean? Well, we're fighting against the worker shortage and against this pandemic. But more importantly, this is helping us get back to pre-pandemic levels. Because before the pandemic hit, the economy was at its best. People were doing great, making more money than they ever had. Unemployment was at its lowest, and so that's the whole goal, is get back to where we were and then build from there. So things are getting more back to normal, but we still have a ways to go. But we are definitely heading in the right direction. We just have to make sure that we are making wise decisions when it comes to now and our future, when it comes to our national debt and the bills that are passed, to make sure that we put Americans first. But please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all stimulus and economic news that affects you and learn how to build some wealth. This is Joel with True Life Investing. Until next time,